I understand it's an away game. So are we going to go with the conservative midfield that
No.
everyone has been complaining about?
No. Okay, so
How's it going, guys? Today's motive is a deep dive into the Newcastle game and the weekend. Before we get into that, let's do a quick look at the performance in the Carabao Cup. Seville dispatched 2-0. Eze, first goal. What a performance from Eze. Eddie, tell me, how you feeling? What you think about that game?
well, not a lot. It was just one of those games that you had to do what you needed to do to win, irrespective of how it pans out. As far as you make it to the next round, that is what is important at the end of the season, especially when you make so many changes, and also when you look at the opportunity to give people who haven't played like Odegaard playing full 90 minutes, and probably we would have seen in Capie if he was fit. And then also good to see Dalman on the pitch for some time. Also see Saka. It was just like an okay performance because, in my opinion, I feel the game was played without a lot of intensity, maybe just a little bit at a walking pace, especially the first half. And again, bench came up, players from the bench came up and made it more comfortable. Port Vale never had a sniff at anything at all. Yeah, it was a professional performance. And we go on to the next round.
Yeah, but do you know what? That's the whole point of having the kind of depth that we've been crying out for and what we've managed to do this season. And that game should, in my opinion, should have been a lot more comfortable, even with the second string side. We're trying to assemble a side where Team A and Team B should be strong enough to compete in the Premier League. So a match like that, no disrespect to Port Vale, should be comfortable regardless of what team we put out. But it turned out to be a bit of a hard-fought one until Trossard came up with the second goal to just make that a lot more comfortable.
Talking about being comfortable, it was a comfortable game. Let's not use the scoreline to determine if it was comfortable or not. Tell me, even at 1-0, yes, a 1-0 game, it can turn on its head.
1-0 is always dicey, exactly.
Yeah, I understand that, but to me, it was comfortable, and then it became even more comfortable with the second goal. When I look at the results across the round, right, I didn't see any team, irrespective of the power, between them blowing everybody out. I'm not giving that as an excuse for Arsenal, but I'm saying sometimes we see the game now, irrespective of the levels, that as far as one team is better than the other, you should have 5, 6, 7 goals. The game has been shrunk to a matter where quality would be the difference, but tactics can limit that damage that can be done. On a normal day, we could also go to Port Vale and hit them for 5 or 6, but on the day, it was 2. And again, next round, not our neighbors. But the Devils didn't make it to another team like this. So imagine the outcry if we did. So the most important thing is the next round. And speaking of the next round, the draws are in already, and we're
just happy we were able to avoid the people like City, Tottenham, Who else were the big Fulham?
Yeah.
I mean,
Fulham.
might not have minded Fulham, to be honest.
No, like it's still a team you want to avoid, especially if that team in recent times have been an Achilles heel for you, right? You want to avoid them. But at least I would say Brighton was a decent draw, better than only one team maybe I would have wanted, like the championship team, but it's a Premier League tie, and we should be coming at home. We should be able to get to the next round.
And that brings us to the main matters of the day. A trip to St. James Park, a ground we've not in recent times been, a bit of a troublesome grounds for us. But now they're without their star striker, Isak. But they've managed to, string together an attack. They brought in the new guy from the German league, and you know what? They have Gordon back. It's not going to be a very, very easy match.
Yeah, it's not going. Hopefully we go into the game with confidence, especially for a player like Eze, who got his first goal in the last game against Port Vale. Hopefully many more to come. When I look at the results, it's going to be a tricky game, a hard game because it's at Newcastle ground. When I look at their result, they haven't been, especially in the opening months of the season where the whole cloud around Isak's future was hanging over their heads. They haven't been in the best form, drawing to 10-man Aston Villa, losing to Liverpool. You know how that happened 10 minutes in the probably 100th minute. Again, drawing to Leeds, and they were able to get a 1-0 victory over Wolverhampton, lost to Barcelona in the Champions League, and then drew again to Bournemouth. So they are there for us to, take our chance and steal the 3 points because they are a bit struggling. They haven't gelled as a team, especially when you look at their forward line. 2 out of 3 of their starting forward lines are new players. Elanga on the right, Watemade in the middle, and then you have Gordon who is back from suspension on the left. Their midfield is still as it is. The 3 strong guys who would go into every game like it's a battle. And yeah, if you win those battles and then you stay clear of transition, because they are very, very good on the counter, especially with Elanga's and pace and Gordon, bro, that would be scary. So it is something to watch out. But again, because looking to their form, I think it's a game we should be able to win, especially now we're facing the Newcastle without an Isak that can just, take the ball and hit it from any angle, and the game is pretty more decided. Yeah. So
yeah,
something to look forward to.
We're looking like a full strength squad at this time. Saka fits, or Odegaard looks like he's back in the manager's decision making, like he's back available to play. The only injuries we have are to Jesus, Havertz, and Hincapi. I think Hincapi is doubtful, and Madueke. So we have the opportunity to put together a full squad. Do you see Eze starting? I think Eze starts for me in that game, but where would now be the manager's sort of decision? Start Eze ahead of Odegaard in central as an attacking midfield, or potentially, but yeah, Arteta will never do that. Eze and Odegaard playing together in a starting lineup in midfield with Zubimendi behind them.
No, it's not possible. Let's not say he's never going to do that, but to play against Joelinton, Tonali, and Guimaraes, we need legs of rice. No one will do that. Yeah.
Do you know what? It'll be exciting. It'll be entertaining. You never know. Eze and Odegaard put in a pretty decent shift in defense. We want the opponents to be too bothered defending to even have a sniff going forward. You don't think we would, I don't know, pass circles around them? Because look, back in the day, we used to go ooh and ah about the Barcelona team. Who did they have in midfield? They had Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, right? Busquets being the main anchor. So Busquets for Zubimendi. And then you have Xavi, Iniesta. Eze, Odegaard. Why can't that work for us?
I see what you're trying to do. But I'm sorry. The 3 that you just mentioned, the 3 that we have that you think could do that job are not at that level. They won't be able to do that job because apart from the fact that you're going away, to make that job difficult for them to do, they would put the balls in a position where it doesn't fit the game. Whether you like it or not, the crowd effect is there. It's St. James. These guys would fight. I don't want to, Odegaard is probably one of the worst when it comes to 50-50s that we have in the team. And then Eze is another one that won't commit fully to a 50-50. And I put
this out there just because.
Yeah, just
I understand it's an away game. So are we going to go with the conservative midfield that everyone has been complaining about?
No. Okay, so this is just to me, even if you want to have Eze and Odegaard on the pitch at the same time, you can in midfield, but not against this kind of opponent, right? And if you also want to have those two, in my opinion, it won't be Zubimendi behind them. It would be Rice, who would have the legs to
to run,
shield the back four. But what I'm seeing, if Odegaard is fit, if he's fit to start, he will definitely get the pick in midfield over Merino that people would lose their heads over. And then,
I think Arteta should have learned.
And then
Eze really work.
And then Eze would play off the left. You're still going to have a lot of movement from him. That's
not good. Exactly. No, you're not benching Martinelli with what he has shown.
No.
In the past.
Again, you can bench him as well. But you see the headache we're having trying to put out a team. That is tough. Something we've wanted for a while. It's something last season we could come here and just tell you who's going to start and who's not going to start.
Yeah,
right?
This is the lineup and that's it. Yes,
and that's it. But this season we have options. You have an argument for Martinelli because of his form. I saw someone put out a tweet to say, "Is Arteta going to bench
Trossard with Trossard?" I heard that. I was like,
no,
"What the hell?" That's...
Not Gyökeres for Trossard, but Trossard on the left with the form that he's in.
I actually saw someone say
something like
put
that.
Trossard as.
No, that's not going to work. Gyökeres is fixed for that number 9. I don't think
you need physicality for Newcastle.
Yeah. So to me on the left, it's either, because you still want a game changer on the bench, right? So it's either Eze or Martinelli for me, and irrespective of who starts. We know the other one is going to play irrespective of how the results. If I have a lead to hold, if Eze starts and I have a lead to hold, I'm going to bring on Martinelli, right? And yeah, it's a good headache to have. It's a good headache to have, knowing that. So come Sunday, we'll see who the man in charge picks, and hopefully whoever he picks is good enough to start. And in defense, I don't think anything changes in our back five.
Nah.
Yeah, that unit is as solid as
Raya, Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber.
Speaking of Saliba, he reports came out yesterday.
New contracts.
5 years for that matter. And then you got the interview, where he has this, that his face where he does something like, he was like, they asked him something about
he's here.
Yeah, about something about people who supported Arsenal in his community where he grew up, and it was like, saying it nonchalantly, like a lot of people support Madrid, support Barcelona, but me, proper. That was in his words.
Arsenal boy.
Yeah, because it came from the question of what was the first jersey his parents got him, and they said it was a Thierry Henry jersey, and then that led to him talking about him being an Arsenal fan. And, from that you could tell, like, this is 5 years. It's not an additional.
Bro, I don't trust this player. 1 year. He's here now. We'll take it.
No. So the thing is, the fact that he's committing to 5 years is, if you say you don't trust him, that is you securing
footballers in general.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. It's about I'm talking about the business side. You're retaining his value. So anybody coming to knock on your door next year or in the next 2 years,
please,
you still have 3 years. You still have 3 years. 3 years, and that would make you call figures that they would ask you, what are you sniffing at the Emirates this time? Not, hey, remember the famous.
I mean, if Isak can go to Liverpool even after Ekitike for that.
We're looking.
I think it's time
figures.
Arsenal starts selling at proper value, because we've always been known to be the ones that sell poorly. And you could say it's because we've always been not really in a favorable position with those contracts, and then balanced with the quality of players we've let go. But yeah, anybody trying to buy anyone from this core team we've managed to build, please.
You have to cough
You need
out
to bring
that.
you have to come correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, look forward to the game. If this is the first time you're catching us, as myself and my brother always here talking about Arsenal games and just generally hanging out. It's nothing overly serious. It's our take, and we're welcoming you to join in the conversations in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share, and all of that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one.
On the next one.